Was there anywhere along this journey you did genuinely feel unsafe?
Yeah, I felt unsafe a lot the first few hours in a new country. And there's something about just human nature is that you feel like a fish out of water. Usually the SIM card in the phone wouldn't work anymore. So you're kind of flying blind, which is always unsettling. And yeah, but then after like a day or two in Guatemala or El Salvador or Honduras, I'm like, okay, I know this place. I'm a local now, it's cool. But those first few hours were so stressful. And Honduras. So I crossed the border from El Salvador to Honduras, and it escalated with each country too. Like Guatemala, kind of scary. El Salvador, more scary. Honduras has two giant cities that are like always in the murder capitals of the world. That was the most scary. And somebody on one of those forums had said, forget about not driving at night. And in Honduras, you better be off the roads by 3:30. And that stuck with me. I don't even know what they meant by that, but that stuck with me. Like, okay, this is serious. So I crossed the border. It's this rural area that's just beautiful. It's got these pine trees. It's kind of in the mountains a little bit. And I see this guy, and there's nobody around. There's no houses. And I see this guy walking on the side of the road, and I'm like, well, that guy looks like he's shirtless and wearing tan shorts. Like, he looks naked. I'm like, but that's silly. And then, I come over the next hill, and nope, this is dude's just naked walking along. He's like 6 foot tall, no tattoos, no nothing. Looked like a student. Looked like a student who had a decent, like patrician upbringing or something. I'm not really explaining that well, but I was just like, what the hell? And he looked at me and he gave me just kind of this look like, well, yeah, I'm naked, and thankfully he wasn't like, please help me, because I don't know what I would have done. I would have thought it was some kind of trap, and like you would think the trap would be a naked woman, not a naked man, but still it would have been pretty freaky. Like if I helped this guy but he didn't really seem like he needed help. He had a cup of water and shoes and he just gave me this look and that freaked me out. So the whole rest of the drive, I need to get a SIM card. I'm trying to get to this place before nightfall. And I'm like, man, am I going to wind up naked walking down the side of the road here? It took forever to get the SIM card. Honduras has all these weird regulations you have to jump through. And I'm trying to get to this one hostel that it's called D&D Brewery, that had been a highlight of the trip for a long time. Everybody talked about, you got to go there. And it ended up being great. But the sun's going down and I'm driving on these rural roads and there's all these potholes and I'm literally just freaking out. Like, you got to be off the road by dark. What are you doing? But then I had this moment where I looked around and I'm like, okay, there's farms all around you. There's women and children walking in the road. MS-13 is not going to jump me here. Settle down. You'll be fine. And I made it and I was fine. But that was probably the scariest moment just because the naked guy really unsettled me. And this is my proudest chapter title. I named the chapter title Naked and Afraid.